What's up, Alex? How we doing?
What's up? Good.
Ready?
How are you doing? Yeah.
Doing good. I have to say, out of the 137 episodes I've done, this is the first time I'm talking to someone without a limb.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
So I think it's one thing to like be born with like an injury like that, but I think what's really interesting with you is like you lived 10 years of life normally, and then the accident happened to you, and then the rest is kind of history. I can only imagine like what went through your head the day it happened, and then like how you've rebounded and come back and like you live as if a normal person. Like when I'm talking to you, I just feel like not only am I talking to a normal person, but even I couldn't even notice you missing a limb for like a month, which is kind of crazy. So it's crazy like how you've been able to come back out, and I'm sure that moment must have been crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Because when you grow up, you never imagine what it's like. Because you'll see people with like disabilities and one limb, but you can't ever imagine it often to be yourself. And you think, and you just look at them and you're like, wow, like it doesn't even come to your head about often what it's like to live like that person. So being in the accident, obviously it wasn't like the best thing that's happened to me, but it's definitely taught me to, change my perspective a little bit on things and really just value and be grateful for what I have right now.
So when it first happened, did you immediately find out that, there's no point of recovery, or did you find out over time, or?
With the situation, it was more of I found out I knew I was already I was injured pretty bad. My leg was all messed up. It was in a big brace. The time I gained consciousness in the hospital, and it was at that kind of point where the doctors were a little like, we could try to save it, but if we try to save it, there's a chance of your leg being like deformed, or you'll have troubles walking in the future. So we made a decision, which was hard, like my parents and I.
Were you 11 at the time, or how old were you?
I was 11 turning 12.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. So what was your first reaction? What was the first thing that went through your mind that...
It was a shock. It's usually when you hear something like that, it's like something like, because those words that, like, even though they're just like simple, like 3 or 4 words, like you're gonna lose your leg, your life, like you just imagine everything in your life completely shifting, and it's scary. Like seeing your parents too, like reacting is something that parents obviously they don't want to see happen to their kid, and like you automatically often assume the worst in situations like that because it's so new to you, right? It was a challenging time, for sure.
So when I talk to you now, like it feels like it's been enough time where you've kind of, do you feel fine these days? I'm sure does it affect you as much these days, like mentally? I'm sure like there's still things that suck about day-to-day life, but are you mentally in a better place now about it, or?
Yeah, I will say it's annoying going through like TSA, and then like they have like a bomb or some kind of weapon on me, so they stop me every time. But besides that, I live like a completely normal life. I work out. I see you all the time at the gym. I still like a good social life. I still hang out with my friends. So I feel like my life is, and I also do wheelchair basketball now, which I would have never done if.
Did you play basketball before?
No, I had no experience like doing basketball. So just kind of having that experience, it shifted my life, and then obviously I ended up here. So I can't complain now.
How long did it take you to get to like a better mental state? Like, was it bad for a while when you say that was a rough time?
I would say the hardest part especially was learning how to walk and run, because when you first get a new prosthetic, it's like they have to tweak it and fit your stump to the size of the prosthetic. And during that time, your leg is still healing from the surgery, so it's still a difficult experience because you're in a lot of pain, but you've been sitting in bed so long, you just want to get out of bed, you want to walk and run again. So it's really more like, the physical pain is one thing, but then the mental aspect of knowing you were running before and playing sports and being active to being completely like bedridden for 4 months. And then
So for 4 months you couldn't walk?
Yeah. And having like people stare at you, when you come back to school, it was hard for me because I came back to school and I was in a walker. And obviously like people like...
What's a walker? Is that the thing where it's like you...
Yeah, the thing that old people have.
Yeah.
Not my best memory, but it was a good experience because then I understood kind of what it was like to live with some kind of difference and see how other people view you. Because it's, when you're younger, you look at these people and who have differences, and you kind of see, like, you just see how they're different from you, especially little kids, because they're honest. They'll look and say, "Mom, what happened to this kid's leg?" Or like, and they'll say things because they're just brutally being honest. They don't have a filter. But that's often what we grew up thinking is like, wow, these people are just different than us. But like the whole experience is like shifted my perspective kind of on like using the difference almost as a strength in other areas of my life.
Because at the time you were still pretty young, so those are formative years where you're learning like how to make friends, how to interact with other humans, like how the world works. And I guess your perspective on that would be completely different, considering that, you're going about life and people are just noticeably treating you differently. Was it like much harder for you to learn, like, social interaction? Were you already really good at that before? Did you have a good group of friends at the time, or like, was it difficult to make friends and stuff, or?
I would say when it happened, it definitely showed me who my true friends were. Because I had people who I believe were my friends, but then they started acting different on me at school.
They just want to be away from you, or what?
Yeah, that, and they would make fun of me probably in my situation just for their own gain to make other people laugh. And it's definitely hard, especially in like middle school, because you're at that stage where you're old enough to like start caring about what other people think, but you're not at that point yet where you've kind of fully discovered what you want to do and what like you're really passionate about. At least that was in my case. So middle school was hard for sure, but then as I got older, like I started figuring out who my friends were, and I started sticking to that circle. And then what I realized was like the true friends in my life, the people that cared, they wouldn't care if I was missing like 2 legs, I had my other leg, or anything else, because like they were just cool for me being me, which was an important lesson for me to realize. And I also, in a way, look at it in a positive light, because if this hadn't happened, like I would be keeping people around who weren't truly my friends, because I feel like often it takes a big life-changing event or some kind of time in your life to really find out, when you're at your lowest point, who your friends are and who aren't.
Are you tired of talking about this over and over again? I'm sure like everyone you've ever met has asked you about it.
I mean, sometimes it can get tiring, especially if like, I'm not in the mood and someone will come up and just like immediately just start like asking me a bunch of questions that I've never met.
I feel like I'm so curious. I would do that all the time.
It's fine. Like, it doesn't like get on my nerves at this point because I'm so used to it. But I'm pretty open about it. So I like telling people, especially like who are in a situation, because I go back in the summer back where I'm from in Charlotte, and I go to hospitals and I'll talk to kids who had recently undergone like amputation, or that might be a possibility for them in the future.
It's a good thing, yeah.
And it's like an outlet for me in a way, because I wish I had someone my age going in there and telling me everything's gonna be cool. Like there's good perks. There's perks to it, like skipping the lineup, Universal, or give you a handicap parking pass. But I just like going there and just kind of telling these kids like what it was like for me, because I know for so many families, they've never experienced something like this, or
That's
even
fair.
the kids, yeah. They don't really know how to navigate it, and I feel like not to blow my own horn, but like, I've started working out, I've started taking care of my body and everything, so it's really what you make out of it. That's what I learned from it.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it today, or you want to talk about someone else? Because we can talk about whatever.
No, it's cool.
Because I'm just so curious. I feel like I talk about this for hours, you know, because it's like you're living a world that almost like no one's ever experienced, right? You know, to go about day-to-day life. And I mean, I feel like when I talk to you now and I see you, like I guess over time you've learned how to walk so well, right? Like it, because for me it's almost like, oh yeah, he has a prosthetic leg, like he's walking normally, right? But I guess now I'm realizing that maybe it's like a 10-year process of how to learning how to walk or something like that, right? So it's like for years were you limping and just like, you know, struggling? When were you able to get in the gym and stuff? Like when did you learn how to do that? Like was this like a 5-year process or something, or, you know?
What really helped me, I would say, was the fact that I was already active before. So I knew I didn't want to sit around and let my image and body get kind of out of shape. So I knew I wanted to do something, like stay active. And I had gone back to swimming, which I was doing prior from my accident. And I saw myself swimming, and it was hard, but I never ended up liking it before. I didn't like it before. It was something that my parents they pushed me to do, and they wanted me to get really good at, but I never really found like passion in swimming. So that's when I discovered the gym, and I started seeing a trainer once a week. His name is Chuck in Charlotte. So that's what really kind of helped me build my confidence, because as I started to put on muscle, I realized, like, hey, this is doable. This is something that...
How old were you?
I would say I was 13.
It's pretty early, that's good.
That was something that was in my control, because there were so many things in my life that, like, you know, people looking, and as you were saying, like, limping in the beginning, that I couldn't control at the time. So just finding that one piece that was my outlet, and which happened to be the gym, was helpful, because I knew that also, like, being in the gym, I could learn how to get stronger and have people not mess with me. Like I wouldn't want people to look at me and be like, oh, he's a weak kid, and feel sorry for me. That's not what I wanted to have. I wanted to be like confident in my own skin and be able to project an image of strength. And that's like, even though I was missing a leg, I didn't want to have people look at me any type of way differently than other people.
Well, I saw you, like, you were able to do, like, the leg press as well with the prosthetic leg, so it's not, like, under pressure, it's, like, weak or snap or anything, like, it's built pretty strong. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's titanium. It's titanium, for sure.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it is, it's strong, but, I mean, there are some limitations, because obviously you don't have the ankle, right? So there's some movements where I would say it makes it a little bit harder, but you just adjust it and tweak it in a way. That's also something I've learned, that having a prosthetic leg, there's ways to always do something, even though it might not be like the same way as normal or like able-bodied people do. But if you just tweak a little stuff, I mean, anybody can do it then, which is what I liked about coming to Michigan, because being on a wheelchair basketball team, I've seen how people adapt to being paraplegics or having some kind of disability where they have to adjust to exercise. And I find that interesting, because it shows you how, like, even though you have some kind of difference, there's always a way to do something if you make changes, or you find there's always a way. I'll leave it at that. There's always a way to find something.
Yeah. So what do your workouts look like these days?
Being on a team, my practice obligation is like 5 to 6 times a week of basketball training, 2 hours a day, and it's mostly very cardio intensive, because it's wheelchair basketball. it's all upper body, so it conditions you really well. And then I'll say during the season, I lift maybe twice a week, 3 times. And then off season is really where I try to get my gains. That's when I go 5 times a week or 6 times. And I really work on a lot of like compound lifts. So I try to do stuff that engages my core and different muscle groups. So what I really like doing is like deadlifts, because I try to keep my prosthetic stable, and then I really feel it in my hamstrings.
So with barbell deadlifts?
Barbell
Okay.
deadlifts, yeah. And then bench press, obviously.
That's fun.
And get the gains for the loser basketball. But I mean, I find myself doing usually like pretty normal stuff that other people do, and also have a running blade. So during the summer, and I mean, I've even done it here in Ann Arbor, but it's just too cold right now to the point where it's like, it's doable, but then you just feel like the wind all over.
What is it, the running what? Sorry.
The blade. It's like a C shape.
Oh, if you're shoved like a shoe? Or what do you mean?
No, it's like, have you seen the like the Paralympic runners, how they have like the big blade?
No. I'll pull it up.
No, it's fine. I'll show you after. But it's so it's like a leg, but it's designed to.
Let me search it up. What's it called?
Look up C leg prosthetic.
C?
C leg.
C?
Yeah.
How do you spell C?
Just like the letter C.
Oh, C leg prosthetic. Oh, okay. It's like, yeah.
Oh no, that's the wrong one. My bad. Just
Okay.
like a running leg prosthetic.
Okay.
I should know this right now.
Oh, okay. This makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you seen?
I've seen something like this before. So you can like attach it to.
Yeah. So
okay.
I can. This current prosthetic I got, I can just like unscrew the walking attachment and then put that on, which is nice because I don't have to carry 2 like big sockets around. But those are cool because they return all the energy. It's I kind of learned this in physics back in high school. It's like the potential energy, the kinetic energy.
Yeah.
And it retains more energy than a normal leg.
That's
so we had
just superhuman speed or something. Or?
Honestly, yeah.
Really?
There was a guy. His name was Oscar Pistorius. He just got out of jail. He's not a great person. I don't know if you've heard of this guy too, but he was like one of the fastest blade runners to ever live, and he qualified for the normal Olympics with the prosthetic legs.
Wow, is that allowed?
I don't.
Why did he go to jail?
I think they might have changed it.
I don't know if it aired something.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. I think he like killed his girl.
You killed his girl?
Yeah, it was bad.
Okay, we'll move away faster. That's a lot.
Yeah, we'll move away from it. I don't want to get too dark.
Yeah.
But, no, obviously we're not amputees or like that.
Okay, side topic. Like how, based on your experience with the blade leg and the prosthetic leg, in how many years do you think we're like cyborg humans with ultra superpowers? Like based on how good the technology is, because you've probably seen how good that technology is. Like,
hopefully closer than I think. But I was thinking because we've already came so far in the past, even I would say the past 50 years have been incredible. Because before the legs were often using like wood or other materials that, I mean, while they were pretty durable, they weren't like the best in comfort and letting people get back to day-to-day stuff. Because after World War II is, I believe, when it picked up the most, because you had a lot of veterans coming back with limbs that were destroyed or in like really bad shape, so they had to undergo amputation, and that's when technology improved. And I've seen recently how they're moving more to 3D printing legs and using, I think it's a lot of AI, especially the prosthetics where the knee is built in. So if you're missing your leg above your knee, you have to get a robotic knee. So the knee it's like the computer technology and stuff, because they have different modes where I think you can go in like a snow mode or hiking mode or running mode, and it just adjusts like automatically the leg.
The pressure and stuff.
The pressure and like how stiff like.
So it makes it easier a little bit.
Yeah, but no, the technology it's improving like crazy, and they've had people transplant hands, even like real human hands. People were missing hands, and they were able to transplant the hands. So.
Like robotic hands.
Yeah, I think.
With like motion control as well and everything.
No, it's a real hand.
Oh, like someone else's hand.
Donor, I think. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And they were able to regain like the ability to control it through some circuit neural.
It's like the technology is improving. I feel like I'm lucky to live in like this kind of space. Yeah, this era.
I mean, the ability to learn how to use the other hand, that neurological is that's insane to me.
Oh yeah, like how like intricate it is. You know like getting the veins and stuff because you have to connect it, and then like having your brain like control another person's hand.
Have you heard of Neuralink?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, and like Nolan, he had the accident where he became completely paralyzed from the neck down.
Okay.
Yeah, so the way Neuralink technology works is like Elon Musk's brain chip, right? And what it basically allows you to do is to control an external device just through thinking. So basically controlling a computer with your mind, right? And the goal was like, at least right now since it's early, it's mainly to help people who've faced dire circumstances. Like for example, Nolan, who was the first patient, he was like swimming or surfing with his friends one day, and apparently he hit a rock or something, and he like fell there, laid there. His friends brought him to the hospital, and since that moment, he was in his 20s, neck down, completely paralyzed for the rest of his life. So he's in a wheelchair, he can't move his hands, like, but he can talk and speak. Luckily, everything up here was good, which is like thank God, right? And what Elon Musk and his team were able to do is with the brain chip, obviously through a lot of testing iteration, they finally made the ability for him to control his computer with his mind. And the way they would do that was like, you like think of different things, like think of moving your finger. They're able to detect what neurons are firing when you think of that motion, and they were able to associate with it with an action on the computer. Like for example, if this neuron fires, like just think about moving your finger, detect when neurons fire, move the mouse that way. And it's reached a point where, like, because of all the machine learning, like, he doesn't have to think about moving the finger anymore. He can just think about moving the mouse, and the mouse moves. So it's some of the technology I hear about is insane. Now it's in multiple participants who are in trials right now, but he can fully, play full-on video games, and he's better than most average humans because he's doing it with his mind directly. So there's no latency in like brain to hand to movement. He's just brain to movement. So, but yeah, fully control the computer with his mind.
Yeah, it's crazy how far, like, in that short span with all that technology, especially, I think with, like, AI, that can only, like, increase and get better, I feel like, over time. But that's cool how for so long, those types of people, it'd be really difficult to function day to day and do tasks that we find really easy and normal that we don't even think twice about because we're so used to having two arms that I feel like that it's really good for the world and helping people.
So I think what I would imagine is when you first lose your leg, there's probably like a disconnect in your brain where it's like you can consciously see your leg's not there, but I'm sure some deeper part of your brain is probably like trying to move your leg when it's not there. Like, was there like a disconnect in like somewhere where like you feel like your leg's there but it's not there? Like, what did it feel like? Like, you just like feel like you don't have a leg, or does that question even make sense?
It's called phantom limb pain. So it's something. It's a phenomenon that affects amputees or people who have experienced limb loss. And as you were saying, it's that you don't see your leg with your own eyes, but your brain, it still has, especially because when you amputate something, you take all like the nerve endings, so a lot of them become really sensitive, and your body's not used to it. So during phantom limb pain, often a lot of amputees will be in pain because their brain, it's a disconnect between their sight and their brain not seeing the leg. And for me, it's kind of odd. It feels like it used to happen a lot when I first got in an accident, but it's like it's itching, but you can't itch it because nothing's there. So what I would do is I grabbed this big full-length mirror, and I put the mirror against my healthy.
I think I've heard of this. Someone told me about this. I read it in a book actually.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
And it cured it, right? Or does it? Or
It only works like short term, but it helps when
Okay.
it's really bad. Like when it's really like hurting. You grab the mirror and then you itch your other leg, and your brain, I don't even know. It's crazy how it works, but it just stops itching. Your brain thinks, oh, I'm itching.
that's insane.
Yeah.
It's just a trick, right? Because it's like the stupid part of your brain. It's like itch it. Oh, we did it.
Right. It's like, I think it's like the like primal part. But luckily, like now it's gone to the point where it's manageable and I don't really have.
So it goes down with time.
Yeah, or at least in my case, I can't speak for every amputee, but I think most of the time for most people, your brain, it starts to get used to like the feeling, obviously, and then over time, you'll reduce your amount of time you bust out the mirror for your legs.
Bro carries a beer with him in his backpack. Yeah, I think what I was reading about was someone had the same thing. I remember he used the same words, like the phantom limb pain. But for this one patient, I think it was in the 1900s, it was really extreme for him. So it was like really bad. And they were able to fully cure it by like, it was with his hand. He was missing a hand. And they made some weird contraption with a mirror. But it was like you put your hand in it and you could see your other hand over here through like a bunch of different like mirrors set up. And then like, just him seeing it for 1 second like cured it for him. It was so weird. Because I don't think it was for him like a small itching issue. Like for him, it was like it was. I don't remember. I read this a long time ago.
Really bad.
Yeah. Right? So literally just him putting it in this contraption that was built by some scientist, and he could just see his hand here, just fully cured it. I was like, that's insane.
It's crazy how the mind works. Like even like something that small, like just even the sight of the visual of it would like completely change like the pain, even though there's no physical pain happening.
So stupid, right?
Yeah, I know.
So does your leg feel like your leg now, like the prosthetic one, or does it feel like what's like a relationship with your leg now? Like you can fully control it with your mind, or like how does that work? You control it with like the joints on the upper part of your leg, or?
Yeah, so I have the tendons. I think they're tendons. I need to ask my doctor on this, but I can still like, you know how you can move your toes on your foot. I can still move them, and like the bones move in my stump, but you know, like obviously nothing's happening. So I feel like the best comparison for me, because I still feel I remember like what it was like having my left leg, you know, so long ago, because I lived, you know, up until 12 when I had it, so I still lived like the majority of my life with my leg, pretty much. But it's almost like wearing a ski boot, I would say, because when you're wearing a ski boot, or you don't really have the feeling of like controlling your ankles, right? Like you're kind of just walking forward. So I feel like it feels like that, but like the socket, it's made so well to where it's designed that your stump, like it fits in it, it's snug. Because you don't want too much space, because then once you start like moving in the socket, your skin gets like like it's irritated.
I sound like an idiot asking this question, but like your tendons or your nerves are built into the prosthetic leg?
No, they're
okay.
Outside. So since I still have my knee, luckily.
You still have a knee, or you sold it?
I have my knee. Okay. I haven't sell it now. But it's just all what it really is. It's just like the socket, and it doesn't have any electronics in it. But if you're missing your knee, that's when you start having like the more complex technology of like where you start having to think about moving your knee to move your knee.
Interesting. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So how competitive is wheelchair basketball? Because, you know, to the first person hearing about it, he's like, oh, well, there's only like a small group of people who can even compete to begin with. But the way you're describing it, it's like, it seems pretty intense, you know, like you're competing like a regular sports team. They're training you really hard. So is it competitive to get in? It looks like it's still hard. Like, who would even want to do it? So has it been like a difficult process, or how would you describe it?
I'd say it's definitely like any other sport where it takes dedication and it takes time to get really good at. And there's definitely a learning curve, especially if you're not a regular person or a regular wheelchair user. So if you walk during the day and then you get in a wheelchair, it's obviously it's different than being born and then being in a wheelchair. So for me, it definitely took some time getting used to the pushing and the mechanics of.
So you use the wheels to roll yourself, or how?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I would have to get in the gym and
Just practice like maneuvering and turning. But it takes a lot of concentration because you're using both your arms to push and then your arms also to shoot. So besides the fact that you need to be like have good conditioning, there's always something your arms can really be doing, because either if you're not pushing the chair, you're dribbling or passing or shooting.
Do you just have to dribble the ball, or do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the rule is there's no double dribble, but every 2 pushes of the wheels, you have to dribble the ball.
Because you roll, dribble, roll, dribble.
exactly.
Okay.
And
If you just hold the ball and you keep pushing, it's a travel.
Okay.
You know,
It's cool.
It's different for sure. That was my reaction in the beginning, but it's cool. Like the community, like you were saying, it's a lot less people who can actually play. But there's so many people who don't know about the sport, because I didn't find out until I was 15. So 3 years after my accident, no one has ever told me anything about the sport. Like I've seen it on.
How did you discover it?
I was volunteering at a charity
event, and they had one of the coaches be there because there was a disabled portion of the charity event. It was CrossFit, and I was just helping out volunteering, and then they approached me and they were like, "You need to join the team, man." Like they were talking to me like I was Kobe Bryant, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, I don't know about it," because like when you see in your mind, it just seems weird, right? Because you've never been in a wheelchair before, and you're like, "This is so odd. Like, why would I do this?" Like, and then I tried it out, and then I ended up really liking it. So that's kind of what stuck over the past, 3 years.
So was this sport in high school too, like competitively?
Yeah.
Like, so where was it club team?
Yeah, and
High school club team, and then I played for a couple years, and then I ended up I had like a full ride to Arizona, and then
wow.
a couple schools. There were some.
You got good.
Yeah, I'd say I got decent pretty fast, which was.
Well, wheelchair recruiting must be sick, bro. Like,
Yeah, like
you never think about it, right?
you never think about it. Like, 'cause you only see other sports like football, lacrosse, and basketball. But it's like any other visit. Like they flew me out. Like I was staying in a hotel.
Yeah.
Went to the football games. Like, it's cool for sure. And I think just like increasing the awareness would also like grow the sport as a whole, because right now there's about 15 colleges and universities that have a program for wheelchair basketball that compete against Michigan. So increasing that to where it'd be like every school ideally, and like not every school but every state would have a school at least where kids could go. It'd be great.
Yeah. Who's the best team? Are we?
on the record,
I'd say it's pretty tight right now, but like Auburn, Alabama, Arizona.
Where are we at?
Hey, this is the first year, man. We're building the team, right?
Okay.
And I'm okay with not being the best right now, because we're in that stage kind of where we're still getting new recruits and we're developing the people we have.
So when did our team start?
Michigan wheelchair basketball started 5 years ago,
Okay.
but as a community program, so it wasn't really affiliated with.
Recently.
Yeah, this year was the first year we started
wow.
competing against other colleges.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's sick.
And we had our first tournament 3 weeks. About 3
This is
weeks.
very new.
college tournament.
Oh wow.
Let's say we learned every game. It wasn't the score we hoped for necessarily, but
It's a tough sport, bro. I can't even imagine.
this like
You have to learn all this shit like from. It's not like a normal sport where you're like, oh, I know how to run. Like, no, you have to learn how to do all this crazy stuff.
right. And especially having the aspect of having to get everybody on the team to wanna practice and train as
The
much.
drive and motivation for everyone.
That's the hardest part, honestly, because you can get any any person in a wheelchair just to join a team, because everybody wants to represent the university and have like the maize and blue, like the jerseys and all the gear that like the athletes backpack, but like it's harder to find people who want to put the work in often. And I'm still getting to that point where I want to fully like dedicate myself, put my best foot forward, but that's what I found is it's easy to find people who want to join, but it's harder to find those people who have the willingness to train and really get better, because it's a team sport, so you can't just have one dude like it's not a one-man show, especially because wheelchair basketball is heavily like relying on, you know what a pick and roll is in basketball? Yeah. Pick and roll is like, it's like
you kind of need it, right? Yeah. Pick and roll. The pun intended.
But it's very team-based, more than I'd say with able-bodied basketball, so everybody has to be on the same page.
What do you think we do about it? How do we find all these people?
We're getting some new people, some new weapons on the team, which definitely help. But I'd say also getting to the point where everybody knows each other well, and there's that sense of belonging and trust in a team definitely helps, because there's teams who are better than us right now, but you can tell they don't really get along with each other. They don't like each other as much. And since I feel like we're building that culture in the beginning, it's only going to help once we get to a higher level and we bring the right pieces in and develop everybody to where it's a functional team and we're competitive.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where this goes, man. It's such an interesting time for you in life.
Nah, you gotta come out to one of the games.
I will, dude. I want you to send me a link to one of them. I just want to see what it's like. It's probably so different.
Yeah, it is.
So are there other sports as well that are open to communities of people who are like amputees or disability communities, or basketball being one right now, or?
I'd say it depends on like what kind of disability you have, because if you there's people with like upper body limb difference, and then in that case you can do like track and field, so they'll have like you can like sprint, you have all of those like typical kind of events, and then you also have different sports like wheelchair tennis. They have a whole bunch of they have wheelchair football, wheelchair rugby.
Wheelchair rugby?
Yeah.
Did I hear you right?
Crazy. They just like run into each other.
Is that dangerous?
It definitely is. I can't say anything on it because I don't play, but it looks like it's like
like running to each other.
It's scary, man. I just because we play in the same gym as them sometimes, so you'll just hear it on the other side. It's like
like Rocket League. It's like
like bumper cars.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
That's hilarious.
But they like anything like wheelchair fencing. So it's really
that'd be cool.
Yeah, it's honestly just finding like what you like to do the most and then getting involved.
Yeah,
that's the first step and like the hardest part. But once you like find your thing, then that's what you really stick with.
Mm.
So was coming to college like your first new beginning? You think like were you go to middle school with the same people in high school, or what was that like for you? Like this is the first time you're kind of in a new place, or
yeah,
all the way out here from North Carolina.
It's different North Carolina, I'm sure.
It is just cool to be here, especially away from my home state, because it's refreshing to meet people that aren't all from your area or like your home state, which I'm sure you've probably experienced, right, being from a different state. But meeting these people and like getting a different perspective on like what it's like living, in Michigan, like my roommate's from Michigan or Texas or California, it's cool. And especially being at a school like this where there's so many different communities that you can get involved in and there's so much stuff to do, it's like you'll find your group of people here for sure. And even like the weather, like it was one of like the downsides for me coming here because I'm not used to like under 50 degrees.
Really? Oh, it's supposed to be fun.
It's fun right now already, but
I feel like it's just going outside your comfort zone a little bit, even if it's something that you kind of don't like already. I feel like it's fun for sure. It's cool.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Exactly.
So how'd the semester go for you? You think you kind of built the life you want to live? You know, you're happy with how everything's turned out? Anything you would want to do better next semester?
I'd say
Overall, it was good. I was focused as much as I wanted to be on school because basketball takes up, I'd say, around 30 hours per week.
Wow. So every day you're going down.
Every day. And if it's not like that, it's like commuting because I have to take the bus or my friend would drive me. So it's like, luckily we all like live near the practice facility, which is on campus, which is good.
Where do you live?
I live in Stockwell.
Okay, so the practice facility is over here, or?
It's
It's near the IM.
Okay.
So it's not too far, which is nice. But yeah, I was able to, you know, like meet some people, meet cool people like you, chill people. So just kind of keeping on that of enjoying myself like through my sport and having fun, like social life. I feel like also, but like staying focused on school because I want to like obviously like study as hard as I can and get the grades that I want. So kind of staying focused on that while also balancing everything else, which is like, I feel like it's a key theme of your first semester is learning everything and
figuring shit out. Yeah, because I can look back, like it was pretty similar for me, you know, just kind of figuring out the lay of the land, trying to meet as many people as possible, just because, I mean, as you said, there's just so many cool people here everywhere, and, you know, it's good that you found that, like, you have that sport that kind of keeps you, like, in a rhythm, I guess, and doing well in school, but, you know, I feel like after that first semester, like, I feel like second half freshman year into sophomore year, like, so much changes, and I think you'll be surprised by how much changes.
Really?
Because it's like, I feel like the first semester, it's all about, like, getting situated, but then it's like, your eyes open as you continue to live, and there's just so much more things that kind of come your way, and, you know, you'll be a completely different person a year from now, I feel like, so.
Really? What
would you say changed the most?
For myself?
Yeah, for yourself.
I guess I've consistently leaned into what sounded fun, and that's kind of led me down a bunch of interesting paths. But I think I've just continued to grow over time, and just like, I kind of think about like what I need to grow in the most, like if I look at myself objectively and just trying to focus on trying to be the best version of myself possible. And, you know, I think different seasons have kind of focused on different things, and it's kind of fun to look in retrospect, especially with the podcast that I watched back like a year ago. It was like, even if you watch those episodes, it doesn't even feel like me. And there's all these little things that change. It's hard to even say objectively what's changed, but, you know, I just think that my attitude toward life is probably the biggest thing right now, where it's like, I used to be really like a planner. Like, I want everything organized, I want everything structured, and now I'm more like free and flowing, where it's like I go with the flow more, and I feel like I'm a lot happier that way, and I feel like my life is more interesting and more exciting that way, because it's like if I want to try something new, I don't think twice. I just go and do it. You know, like I'll sacrifice things that I shouldn't sacrifice for what sounds fun, whereas like trying a new sport or just like trying something new. Yeah, more spontaneous. So it's like I'm willing to sacrifice like school a little bit, you know, my other projects a little bit to kind of adventure and explore new things, and it's been fun. I think that's how I describe this semester. Yeah.
Honestly, that's
what it's about while you're here, like finding what you're really passionate about and interested in, because I feel like no matter what you want to do, like you have so many different resources and people who enjoy the same thing as you. It's so cool. Like,
yeah. Did you go to a small high school, or how big is your high school?
No, it was big. In terms of big, it was like 900 to 1,000 people per grade. Yeah, per grade. So it was like a big, like, it kind of feels like community college a little bit because it was so big. But in high school, I feel like you're more like, you stay comfortable with your group that you already know from middle school. And you don't really like venture out as much as in college, which I say would be more my experience. So like being here is totally different for sure.
That's great. What are some of your dreams?
Dreams?
Yeah, who do you wanna be? What do you wanna achieve in this world? Or this in college?
I'm still looking. looking at options, but something in finance, like banking, and then running and having my own firm or fund where I could invest in technology, like you were saying, like for people with disabilities. I feel like that'd be my dream.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I like it a lot, dude.
So can you run faster than a normal person?
You want to test it out?
I'm down.
How fast do you?
What's the fastest speed you've gone?
I'm trying to think. I remember I did. I gotta look at my time again because I ran 200 and 100 meter spray. Well, I'm pretty fast, but the downside is if you're only missing one, you don't get the benefit of like the extra springiness from having two, because you're only limited by your sole's leg. So maybe if I get to it and like there's I don't know, something happens ever and I end up losing the second leg.
That'd be pretty rare, but imagine.
That'd be
insane. But
So the guy that's driven like 11
times in his life.
Yeah.
If it happens again, then I'll probably be faster. So
Yeah. It's one benefit. Who's the other leg?
yeah, I mean, I've met people missing two legs and they've made themselves like taller too. So
Yeah, but they can pick whatever height they want.
exactly. So
I mean, if you look at it, there's always good and like the worst parts. There's always something.
Yeah, but it's scary about the future though when everyone's like maybe
200 years from now, when everyone's like changing. I mean, some on the prosthetic level of like, the cyborgs or whatever. If that becomes like more mainstream culture of like, it becomes normal for you to like buy limbs and stuff, or even like the level of genetic engineering where it's like people are messing around with genes to like fuck with height and stuff.
Yeah.
It's interesting what we got to.
No,
It's crazy. I feel like everybody, especially in fitness and stuff, like as things start to change, I feel like it'll also become the new normal to be ripped and super jacked. Which, I mean, it's not a bad thing necessarily, but it's kind of crazy to think about because it's becoming easier and easier to, and like gym culture I feel keeps growing, like even since COVID. I remember if you went to the gym before COVID, there'd be like it'd be pretty full. Now when you go to the gym, it's insane. I don't know if you see, because you
a
go.
lot here.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy for sure.
Well, COVID is when it all was kind of born, I think, the whole culture with TikTok and fitness and all that.
Yeah.
Because before, I mean, I started after COVID. I think during COVID I did a little bit of stuff, like at home, like pull-ups in my backyard or whatever, but like it was actually after COVID when I started going.
I was like, I think 14, 13 at the time as well.
Mm.
Was it after COVID
for you too? Because you're...
It was like
13?
right before COVID began.
I would say.
Wait, we were 2025.
Did I start before COVID? Yeah, okay, that's interesting to think about.
I know.
That's fine.
It's crazy how fast like that time went by since being
Yeah.
middle school.
Yeah, COVID was so brutal though. Like, I hated COVID.
You didn't like it? Really? Did you like? I feel like a lot of people would stay at home and like chill with their play video games.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Is that what you did the whole
I can't, I'm not a happy person if I don't have like regular social interaction. And at the time I didn't realize that, so I'm like, fuck it, like let's just stay at home, play video games all day. And like I didn't leave my house for like 4 months, I think. So it was pretty bad. I was like mentally pretty bad. But I don't know, like if I look back, like I definitely would have used it better if it were to happen today, because we're all better people, we're a lot older, more mature. So
Like learn something.
yeah, but I think that even if it were to happen again, and even if I were to use the time wisely, I still feel like mentally I need in-person social interaction to be happy. And if it were to happen again today, like I would go somewhere where I'm allowed to be out and about, or just make it happen here, because like I could not do that again, like for 6 months of isolation. So
It's
crazy to think about, like, especially at that young age, where you kind of need that like social interaction, because I feel like that's why a lot of people say like Gen Z is growing up and becoming more and more reliant on like using their phone to communicate, or like that in-person aspect, especially like newer generations where people grew up communicating primarily through screens, it's like kind of like that touch of like having a face-to-face conversation. I feel like it's not as bad as during COVID, but it's decreasing, especially like Zoom and stuff. It's nice to be at home, right, and like have your camera off and like, you know, you could be eating or doing something else, but like there's something about just being like in person that you can't replicate. I feel like with no matter like how well the technology for like video calling is.
Yeah, and it's so interesting how most jobs are moving to online, and it's like, it's nice. I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle. Like I wouldn't want to like just sit at home on my computer all day, but I guess the benefit of work from home means you can kind of be anywhere. But I also like the idea of seeing people in person and working on stuff together. So I don't know. Like I could not sit, especially with like I'm CS computer science, and a lot of computer science jobs are moving like home online. I couldn't do that.
Yeah,
I feel like hybrid is a good way to go.
Probably.
Where like, you know, you can go in if you want, but it's like it's not too much.
Yeah. Like I like the freedom. Don't get me wrong. If I want to like go somewhere else today, but I want like consistently my work to be at home, I guess. But your path's gonna be fun, man. Finance, IB you said too, or
yeah.
It's gonna be a fun life.
It'll be fun after.
Probably.
Yeah.
After, you know, you grind for a little bit.
Do you like the grind?
Yeah. If
I mean, I say that now, but like realistically,
I'll see what happens, but I'm kind of used to it because, you know, basketball, I'm like managing all that right now. I feel like it's doable, you know. You put your mind to it a little bit.
Yeah, if anyone can do it, it's you, man. If anyone can do it, it's you.
yeah.
I don't think it's built for me, man.
I don't think so.
I mean, not the, it's not the grind part of it. Like I like the grind part of it, but I just like, I want to feel like I'm building something that I find kind of cool. And I guess, I mean, maybe I personally don't know enough about it. Maybe it is like that, but it just seems like kind of monotonous to me and scary in that way. So.
No, you definitely have more like, I feel like agency or control in CS. Like you start doing like I'd say more cooler stuff in the beginning because you're, like, you know, banking. You're working under someone for the first couple of years and you're helping around. Like you're making like all these slides and stuff. So it's not like the most like. It's like not the type of work that's gonna knock your socks off. You're gonna be like. Have you seen The Wolf of Wall Street?
I haven't seen the movie.
It's movie, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like a scene where like they're having like a huge party in the office and you know, like they're doing all sorts of types of like substances and they have girls and everything, and then like people watch that and they'll be like, oh yeah, like finance looks sick, but the reality, I feel like it's
Big fun drag jump PowerPoint.
yeah, compared to the movie. For
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
I mean, that's same with anything, you know, like CS, like you have in the movies, you have people like around like a table and whiteboard, like solving like giant math problems on the board, and reality is like sitting behind your computer at a desk in Google.
Inside for 8 hours.
Yeah, but I want to try to match the movie as close as possible. Like I want, like I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I want my life to like at least the work to be interesting. I feel like work is such a big part of life. You spend so much time doing it. Like I want to be the guy on the whiteboard solving hard math problems or whatever. Like just doing something interesting. So we'll see what it takes us.
Nah, yeah, we'll see in like 10 years when you're like, I don't know, you'll be doing something cool. Like,
with the substances and the girls and the.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
but you know, we'll have fun though.
Yeah.
For sure. In finance.
Tell me about your drone business.
Or your friends, your own business thing.
Yeah, so
It's called One Shot Drone Tours. It's my boy Marshall. He hired me for the summer. I was like, oh, I guess summer intern. But he's been doing this since I want to say sophomore or junior year of high school, and when he started off was doing fly-throughs with the drone. So he would get the goggles of the drone. I don't know if you've heard of FPV drone. So it's the drones, but the ones where you wear the goggles. Instead of looking at the screen, you're seeing what the drone sees. So it's a first-person view of the drone. So it feels like, you know, you're kind of like flying on like a little spaceship. It's so cool.
Like living life in spectator mode.
yeah, exactly. You're
The the work pretty much was we would go to the client's house and we would do like a walkthrough, and these would be homes ranging from like, you know, your average home, 400,000 to like, he's done one that's been worth, I think, 20 million.
God.
And
You walk through it,
yeah,
He'll walk through and like we'll figure
or like what path we should take, and then he'll set up the drone and he just flies through the house, and the whole goal was like to get a video, so the real estate agent could post it on social media or the MLS market. And the work it's fun because you're like flying, it's like kind of like a toy where you're flying around the house, and then
I love
you're getting paid to do it, so it's a cool career. And then also he does like still shots of the house and like of all the rooms and everything, and the technology's gotten so good for his editing software. Before, how people would have to adjust like the saturation and like the brightness in the clips, he has a software that uses AI and it does everything. Adjusts the lighting. If he takes a picture of the outside of the house, it can show what the house looks like when it's dark outside.
When it's dark outside?
Dark outside.
Oh, wow.
And then even if it's cloudy, it could be a terrible day, it could add like
Sunshine
sunshine in the clouds. It's crazy what it's coming to though.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a fun job.
Dude, I mean, I don't know how often you go to $20 million mansions, but I just find like, one thing I do really find cool is like expensive houses. Like, out of all like the things that people can find cool with money, like I just a well-built architecture is just so sick. I feel like. Yeah. You got to walk through all of it and see it.
Oh yeah,
It's insane because like they're about to sell it. It's already staged, so the house looks really nice. It's clean. It has like all this like type of furniture in it, so it's sick, man. It's sick.
Wow.
If you could have any house, like what kind of house would you have? Like,
Ideal
house? Yeah, I've thought about this actually. I feel like when you ask that question, there's like so many other questions that come up too. Like, where would you want it to be? Like,
would it be in New Jersey first of all?
I don't think so. See, like I told you about how much I like Jersey before, but
Yeah.
and like I could consider living there like with like my family and everything, maybe like late 20s, 30s, because I feel like it'd be a nice place to raise my kids. Like I think it's a good place I want to raise my kids, and there's enough cool stuff over there. Like honestly, I could see myself living in Jersey. It just one thing I liked about the West, living somewhere like Cali, Arizona, Utah, is that it's so easy to go on like fun adventures because like every weekend I can hop in the car, or every like break I'm just going on a road trip, and it's so easy to drive to like any national park, right? In Jersey, it's like I've kind of covered the Northeast. Like it's not as good as out West, Like out West, it's like, you got Zion, you got all the Cali national parks. You go up to Yosemite. It's like some of them are far, but at least it's easier to get there than from Jersey. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing that's like appealing. So I want to spend some time like kind of traveling around the U.S. and seeing what the best place would be. But either out West for the nature stuff, or even like come back to Jersey. But I think like for a house, like let's say an ideal scenario, like I have all the money, like
infinite
infinite money. Like honestly, if I had infinite money, like one of the luxuries I care most about is a house, like more than like cars and all that other stuff. Like if I could pick like one luxury, it'd be like a nice house, because like you spend all your time there, Like if I get my house at 30, like I'm spending the next 70 years there probably, right? And with my wife and let's say 5-6 kids, like
jeez,
I want to have a big family.
5-6.
I want to have a big family, So
You need a van too.
Yeah, our road trips. That's a dream though, but just well furnished, like good. It's hard to describe. Like it looks good, maybe like by a lake. I want one of the things I care about a lot is like a sick ass podcast studio. Like I feel like this is pretty good. Yeah, like imagine this for like
10 times better.
All like lighting and
lighting is perfect, decorations, like an insane looking TV, like modern ass TV. Like speakers built into the wall, like just crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
Like I want it to like
So
beautiful, cause like I see myself doing this till then. Like when we're on episode like 1,000 or whatever we're on, yeah, and we'll have Alex Forstner back for his like 5th appearance or whatever. But just imagine a sick studio. You call your friends every weekend. Yo, we're doing this shit. I feel like that would be so sick. Just having like one room dedicated to like I want like a really nice study room with like nice bookshelves, like a library study space. Good, like you look out the window. I want like nature. Like I want nature view, but I also want to get to like downtown in 20 minutes if I want to. Like so, it's like I think a place like Princeton is perfect for that. I guess a lot of people like pools. Like, I'm okay. Like, I'm kind of 50-50. Like, maybe not.
Well, New Jersey, I mean, you could have a huge wall.
Yeah. But, I don't know, I'm just rambling right now, but a nice place, a nice.
Right, I get
Doesn't
you.
have to be crazy big, enough to like where it's not doesn't feel crowded with 5-6 kids, but like, it's
It's gonna be a lot.
It's gonna be a lot.
Those are my dreams.
Hey, I mean, it's that's doable. That's achievable.
I think so. Yeah, what about you?
Ooh. I'd say definitely live in Cali, probably.
Cali?
Because I used to live in Irvine, if you know where that is.
Yeah, Irvine.
Irvine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not up north, right?
No, it's south
Oh,
of
stupid.
LA.
Oh, it's down south.
It's near you know where Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
It's near there.
Oh, stupid.
It's a really like it's a cool city in that it's not too big, right? And you still like good schools and super low crime rate. But it's just like something about the weather, man. When you're there and you live there for a little bit, because I got the taste of living there, and then I lived in Wisconsin after. Like the difference is insane.
How
Like,
many years did you live in
both.
So I lived
3 in Cali, 3 in Wisconsin, and then the
Big
rest in
jump.
North Carolina.
You go from like bumping,
Young energy, hot beach to like cold Wisconsin farmland.
exactly.
Like people don't think about it often because like a lot of times you'll take the raise to move somewhere else, like take a huge pay bump. But honestly, I would sacrifice like that's when I kind of realized like making the most amount of money is not like my priority. It's where I would be most happy, like comfortable, because you could be making all that money in a terrible place. Like I don't want to hate on any city in like the Midwest where it's like cold. There's not many fun things to do if you're young, compared to like somewhere like Cali. So being somewhere, especially with the weather, and then I'd want to have like kind of like that Spanish architecture type of a house, like the old like colonial style.
Okay.
This is very oddly specific, but like,
Yeah.
like that older style with like palm trees and stuff. Like a pool, and I want to see the ocean too.
Yeah.
Like, you got to see the ocean if you live there.
So you want to like
Right
ride
up on like the ocean.
I don't have to be like right on the
but
beach.
enough for a view.
Enough towards like
Would you be up on a hill? Or you could live
8 minutes. Yeah, a hill, probably 8
Something when I
minutes.
look at the ocean, that's so peaceful.
But yeah, imagine like
Like waking up from your bed and like going to the bathroom and like just reading the newspaper or something, drinking your coffee. You're just like have a crazy view of the ocean.
Yeah. I feel like that doesn't get old.
oh
Yeah. That could never get old for me.
yeah, like
Always like you were saying, if you have a good house and you really enjoy it when you get it, I feel like you can keep it for the rest of your life. And it's not like a car where it's like there's a new car every year and you kind of you need a new one.
Your house could still be valuable.
Valuable like hundreds of years later if it's made well. Is your mic still going? I just want to double check. Okay. Yeah, I don't even remember what we were talking about. Cali?
Yeah, the home, remember?
You gotta see the ocean view.
The ocean view. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's something about the ocean. It just makes you like, it's very peaceful for me. Like, I love nature, water. It's like, I need some of that near my home. Like, I feel like I couldn't live in the city, like New York or something.
Yeah. I feel like it's not bad when you're young because there's so much to do, right? You're going out, you're having fun with your friends, and you guys are exploring together and go to restaurants and stuff. But once you have, like, your family, you just want to, that peaceful kind of, like you were saying, like that stable
Slower
life,
lifestyle.
Slower lifestyle.
Yeah. But, we'll see where life takes us. Because you're probably going to want to work in the city, right? When I'd be in
I think you don't really have an option.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, but you're going to be working so much, which is good and bad because I can live, like, in a super, like, ugly, like, terrible looking apartment, right? Because I'm hardly going to be home because I'm just working all the time. So, save money, which would be nice. And hopefully, that'd be the dream. Move out west like you.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, okay, I'm getting tired, so I think we can close. It's been a fun podcast, man.
I appreciate it.
Anything we
Thank you,
missed?
Shari.
Anything we should cover that we missed?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Well, have a good break. This could be the last podcast I'm filming this term.
All right. Yeah, thanks for
Fly.
having me again.
Of course. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
down. If we could run it back maybe in a year from now or so and see
All right.
life's changed after Michigan finally #1 in Michigan basketball.
Yeah, #1 Michigan basketball.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. Don't worry.
Yeah. Cool, dude. All right. Peace, guys.